ほら聞こえてくるのどこからかこうねえたどり着いたら全てわかる砂漠の真ん中みたいオアシスの先の夜この旅はまだまだ遠い、それと目が合った夜空の下心強くつないだすれ違って抱きしめ合って離れてまた行かれて Wanna make it shine 歩いていく everyday 灼熱のスコーピオン願い叶えて道を今示して Keep looking, keep looking ただ息もできないほどに君の真実探して燃え上がるまま I will find you I find you, I find you じんじん輝く hot score 点と点つなぎモノクローム小さい頃切ないのと夢を描いて追いかけてた変わらないのあの日突然愛すること知りたいかいわ、そう運命なんて言い訳して縛ったりはしないで未来なんてわからないのそうなのそれでもいいの Wanna make it shine 歩いていく everyday 灼熱のスコーピオン願い叶えて朝はもうそこまで Keep looking, keep looking どうなっても見えなくていい君の瞳だけでいいそばにいたいんだ I will find you I find you, I find you Overnight, overnight Overnight, overnight 物語を綴るのは I find you, I find you Overnight, overnight Overnight, overnight きっといつかは I will find you I find you, I find you 甘い言葉はぐらかす視線も誰かにただ笑う横顔もつかめない蜃気楼でほらでも多分ねだから好きなの灼熱のスコーピオン願い叶えて道を今示して Keep looking, keep looking ただ息もできないほどに君の真実探して燃え上がるまま I will find you I find you, I find you Overnight, overnight Overnight, overnight 物語を綴るのは I find you, I find you Overnight, overnight Overnight, overnight きっといつかは I will find you I find you, I find you
Good evening and welcome back to wherever the hell we are, Mosul, where Queen Oneka has converted to the Fraticelli religion. I'm not sure if it has a noun. And is trying not to end up getting into too much trouble as a result of this. So far she's doing all right, really. She's still on her throne. Someone has managed to convert one of her domain counties back to... Oh, have they actually? No, they haven't. Sorry, that was on another timeline, which you haven't seen. Because I did a few experiments. And now I've completely forgotten what I was going to do as a result of those experiments. Oh, she's got a random holding in here, has she? Yes. Barony of Touloupe is apparently part of one of Oneka's realms. Anyway, she has been rather maimed in a recent battlefield duel, but on the other hand, her territory is decently large, and she has at least some plans for how to make it work, how to keep it, because part of the problem is that her liege is is still Catholic, because converting the emperor was tricky. In fact, this isn't the emperor she had at the time. This is the former king of Yemen. Well, presumably still king of Yemen. No, apparently not. Who's got the kingdom of Yemen now then? Oh, he destroyed the kingdom of Yemen when he got the imperial throne. Yes, I don't know why he did that. I mean, I suppose it stops me invading it. Excuse me, just reorganising IRC for a moment. Right, sorry about that. So yes, a potential problem is that Emperor Nuno is still Catholic and might object to one of his major vassals being Fratricelli. Also, some at least of Elvira's immediate vassals are also Catholic and thus are going, "Wog, heretic!" So we may need to do something about that too. Okay, his mere 22 liking of us is actually not at all due to being heretic. He's a heretic too. Quite a lot. That was part of how I tried to organise this thing. So there, the Duke of Ascalon is a problem. So Duke Wilhelm of Damascus is still imprisonable if we really wanted to do that. We've done it once. That got him converted to the correct religion. I don't think it's necessary to do it again. This guy is already the correct religion. This one is not the correct religion, and I'm kind of intrigued by the fact that he has 10,000 money. Yeah. Like, what if I were, since he's Catholic, I have a cause to imprison him, and he is phenomenally rich. So I wonder if I should, like, attempt to take his duchy off him. There is a slight problem. He has 3 titles, and I suspect I can't deprive him of all of them yet. So if I try to revoke his title, I get that would make all my vassals dislike me by 15, which would be unfortunate. But imprisoning him is entirely legitimate, so let's do that. Oh, well, that was a bit easy. Probably means that he hasn't done anything bad, and it will still be annoyed. He'll still be annoyed if I take his title. His son does have the correct religion. Presumably, if I now demand religious conversion, no, he's a true believer, even though he's in my prison. Let's just make sure he's properly in my prison. No, he is not going to convert. Oh, well. Drop him in the oubliette and hope he gets replaced. Who is Lefweld? The Count of Negev. He's the wrong religion. Would he like to convert? See, he's much more sensible. I have no idea why we've got him in prison. Let's let him out as long as he converts. Right, he has been let out and is now properly Fraticelli. Right, so Count Lope of Thais has founded the Prince Oinon of Outremer faction. Is Prince Oinon interesting? No, Prince Oinon is the wrong religion. Because I think there is someone I could start a faction to put on the throne who would actually be helpful. Who was it? It was Princess Eliza, I think I checked. She's my cousin. She's, oh no, she's got fairly terrible stats. But she is properly Fraticelli. Princess Elvira is the wrong religion. I thought an acre's tiny and the wrong religion. Dance's the correct religion and has 15 tons of martial. Nunez no good. Ioannis is no good. Awful lot of princesses around. Teresa, don't think she's as good as Aldonza. No, don't like Urraca. Jimeno? Daughter's the wrong religion, as is his wife, but he's Fraticelli. So he might be all right as well. So he's got 139933 versus 58914. Yeah, actually, I think I would slightly prefer Jimeno. Zenon is too young and the wrong religion. I wonder if I can fix his religion. Not easily, no. Okay, let's start a faction to try to put Jimeno on the throne of Outremer. That is immediately a dangerous faction because I have 89% of my liege's forces, and that's when they're quite depleted. Oh, I've still got this army here. What's this army doing? It looks like the... okay, I was going to say it looked like the that lot might be trying to deal with that. Maybe they're just organising themselves before dealing with that peasant revolt. Well, let's dismiss this army because it's not very useful here anyway. I appear to have some tech points I can use. We can cheaply get a bit more melee technique. Let's get that because it's a bit worryingly low. Thank you, Claire. So, the travels of Marco Polo. The Venetian merchant Marco Polo has finally returned to Europe after many years of travel in the Far East with his father and uncle. An account of their journey has been published as The Travels of Marco Polo, describing among other things the distant lands of Cathay and Manji. Readers are provided with rare glimpses of the world beyond Europe, but there are those who discount the entire chronicle as a fabrication. Stunning tale nonetheless.
Well, the bit about the strange blue box in particular is particularly implausible.
So, my unwed daughter, Princess Golbahar, who is betrothed to a 15-year-old, so she won't be unwed for much longer, has been indiscreet. She has been hiding her pregnancy from me and now presents me with her child.
Who's present? Is it one of your children?
Yes. My eldest daughter, Princess Golbahar, who is 17 and apparently prone to indiscretion. Well, it's not very helpful for me to be cruel. It's not very helpful for her to be chaste. And I can easily afford 100 prestige, given I have almost 10,000.
Yeah.
Let us take advantage of my excessive prestige. I mean, Nuno de Kerak, as he is known, is not a particularly interesting child. He is at least the correct religion. Right, yeah, I think our friend here is organising his troops in order to stomp into Baghdad and deal with those rebels. There was another interesting thing going on, wasn't there? Why is Otto not the correct religion? Oh, because he's zealous and thus basically impossible to convert. Tea, let me move the tea somewhere where I can see it. Right, so, damn it, there was another thing that I had found that I could do that was interesting. Oh yes, I need to find a wife for husband for my youngest daughter, for she is 13 years old. I think those top two on the list seem like pretty decent candidates. Would I prefer the King of Swabia or the King of Wallachia?
Is this a matrilineal marriage?
That would not be a matrilineal marriage. I can get Swabia even matrilineally because he's a Dispoleto. So it would make no difference anyway. Actually, I think it would. It would change the default religion of the children. Which would obviously be helpful since he's Catholic. Oh well, let's send her to Swabia then. I mean, he's a few years younger than her, but... it will be fine. I assume there are no, like, convenient geniuses around. No. Not unless I put a lot of effort into it. Why is sorting by name being so by age being so weird? Like that's not sorted by age. 0011,923 is not age.
No.
That's fine. I'm grabbing the king of. I'll go for a matrilineal marriage with the king of Swabia. It occurs to me if I can turn her zealous, that might actually help, because then it'll mean she'll be more unlikely to change religion. Surprisingly, I'm assuming that someone else is dealing with that problem there. How are we looking as a faction now? I'm up to 92.8%. No one else has joined my faction, sadly. I mean, that should be enough, but sadly, a consequence of the... sorry?
I said, oh, how much cash have you got? Oh, plenty.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, my liege now has money as well because, well, I mean, 134 gold rather than minus 7,000. Because I think Emperor Manrique's debts died with him. Plus, apparently, he's managed to dismiss those armies finally. Oh, I say that. No, levy up keeps 326. Balance minus 88.90 a year. So he won't have money for very long unless he can sort his damned armies out. Or possibly he's just in the middle of this holy war, of course. A holy man came to talk today about matters of faith, but it soon became clear that he held rather unorthodox views. Being a zealous defender of the church, well, a church, at all times, I believe I did the right thing when I gave the order to imprison a blasphemous pagan who dared criticise my faith and my church. I was still shaking with rage at the pagan's blasphemous words when Isidoros took the opportunity to whisper, "Good work," in my ear. Isidoros is like actually Fraticelli, as he should be, yes. I mean, you say he's imprisoned, he doesn't turn up in my dungeon, though. Oh, I'm finally back in shape. I've lost the fat trait. That's a bit random. Who on earth are you trying to murder? Is that your own wife? Yes. Well, get on with it. She's Catholic. Actually, maybe we can fix that. No. Because she's not actually in my court. Well, still, murder the Catholics. Right, are you actually going to do something about this, my dear Duke of Baghdad? No, you're just leaving your troops standing there. Right, I'll fix it for you. Now, why am I leading troops? I'm really badly injured and should not be leading troops. Oops, unpause. I'm kind of waiting for my troop numbers to get back up to normal. Right, we could have a couple of thousand more. Ah! The Baghdadian revolt, just to make life extra fun. I'm just dealing with your peasants. You get to deal with your own revolt. Porin is probably not an excellent commander. But he'll do. There! Queen Onaika just died.
Oh, possibly of her wounds.
She died a maimed cripple. A zealous woman, she fought for the glory of God. It's true.
We're not going to specify which
No,
variety
it's absolutely the correct God. She's of the opinion that God should have glory and the Pope shouldn't. It's quite a sensible position, I think. Against the heathens in one of the greatest holy wars of the recent history. King Ordonio, blessed with awesome knowledge of all things between heaven and earth, Ordonio's rule is sure to be legendary. Long live King Ordonio. 15 zillion pretenders. So be it. You have a new heir. If your character now dies, you will play as Basileus Bermudo of Italia.
What?
Onaika's second son got married to the Basilissa of Italia.
Right, yes, okay, and you don't have any kids yet.
And Ordonio is, as yet, childless, despite having reached the age of 25. His wife is pregnant, though, so there's a good chance he'll actually have a sensible heir shortly. So Ordonio di Spoleto has had the Crusader armour added to their treasury, the elegant warhammer of the cross, the skull of Saint Cecilia, the axe of the ancestors. And someone's declared a war. The Humino for Outremer faction has disbanded. King Ordonio the Twitchy did not inherit Queen Onaika the Just's claim on the Kingdom of Yemen, but since the kingdom has been destroyed, possibly to stop her claiming it, that's fine.
You should refound or state your faction again.
Yes. Right, so let us... Oh goodness, we have... maybe I need to unpause briefly to allow everyone to settle into their correct homes before I start mucking around with council. Give it a few days. Right, that battle is complete, though we do still have some besieging to do. Oh no, that's no longer necessary either. Right, that's that revolt squished. No, there is no one with decent diplomacy in my court.
No.
I think actually Ordonio may himself have been the Chancellor, because he had diplomacy of 20. Well, let us invite the Chancellor of Franche-Comté then. Right, meanwhile, we have no shortage of candidates for Marshal. We have a quite acceptable candidate for Steward. We have a quite acceptable Spy Master. We do appear to have a disaster as far as court chaplains go. So do not invite a zealot.
You need to make sure you invite a Fraticellifying.
Well, that would be ideal, but like there's a bit of a shortage of those. Oh, hang on. Ordonio is not Fraticelli at the moment.
Nah.
So selecting my religion doesn't give me what I want. His wife is... So he can secretly convert to Fraticelli and then presumably immediately publicly convert to Fraticelli.
Probably, yes.
It will cost him 250 piety. I could not embrace it openly, but you can. You totally can. Anyway, well, let's just invite someone with quite high learning who isn't zealous. Kind of like him just because he got a fox. Appreciate that inviting someone because they have good trait icons is probably not... Yes, he is King Ordonio the Twitchy. Oh yes, he is still paranoid, so...
Didn't he get made paranoid when his mother tried to convert him to Fraticellifying?
Possibly, yes.
Something like that.
Right, so I can immediately openly adopt Fraticelliism. I know of the existence of the Fraticelli faithful. So in theory, I could try to join the Fraticelli faithful. I'm not sure this is particularly useful, though.
Do you have a decision to reveal Fraticellism?
Yes, I can just go personally adopt faith.
Yeah.
Becomes openly Fraticelli. I think I should just do that. Right, there we go. Well done, Queen Oneka, for making sure that Ordonio had a Fraticelli wife he could use for this purpose. Bermudo does not, but that's fine. We'll probably have a... The Basilica of Italia is still excommunicated, though. I could get a non-aggression pact with her, which might be sensible. I mean, it's not like anyone can attack me at the moment, but I suppose. So it's not very helpful. I mean,
Do you get it because you probably want to plot to take over the empire?
don't have a claim on it. I mean, I'd have to work out how to... Oh, I might be able to plot to get a claim, I suppose.
Or you can plot to turn the empire Fraticelli or something.
Well, I'm working on that by other means. Might have a... I do have plot to fabricate a claim on the Empire of Outremer, though I can only get up to 45% power, which I don't think is enough to actually achieve it.
Yeah, but if you start having a plot, then, you know, as your chancellor goes around being nice to people or whatever, or your spy master does stuff, then you'll get more, eventually.
Okay. Right, he might well be willing to convert if I install him as court chaplain and maybe give him some money. Okay, I can't install him as court chaplain, probably because he's the wrong religion. Well, let's give him some money. He's unfortunately not greedy, so that was enough, but it was a bit of a close thing. Dear brother-in-law, may you live in harmony and contentment. I, Basilissa Sergia of Italia, accept your proposal for a non-aggression pact. A wise choice. She would also probably give me an alliance if I wanted one. I want to be a bit more cautious about that, but it might be worthwhile. I've been appointed Seneschal of Outremer, and I have a message that says, would I like to be Chancellor of Outremer?
Can't sort it down some days.
No, I'm just wondering if I can set that as my ambition before I accept. Right, King Ordonio would like to treat with foreign dignitaries in the court of his liege. Go on. King Ordonio the Twitchy fulfilled ambition to become Chancellor. Right.
Chiswick, fresh ambition.
Right, well, let's go back to an ambition to have a son then, just before his first child is born.
Yeah.
I don't think anything very visible happens as a result of being Chancellor. Marshal, at least you tend to get sent out on campaign and end up getting into fights. So I do currently have a threatening faction trying to set up Gavelkind succession. Has my where's my new Chancellor then? He arrived, and then I asked him to convert to the correct religion. There he is, Simeon. Right, he hasn't converted yet. I don't see that should prevent him becoming my Chancellor.
He won't be able to because technically you request it of him and you can't request him two things at the same time.
Ah, yes, of course. Thank you. So because I was waiting for him to convert, I couldn't appoint him as a Chancellor.
Yes.
Right. So, well, let me send my spy master to scheme in Palmyra to try to, or in Galilee, actually. I think he's 6.12 thousand. Oh, no, Palmyra's more scary, right. Reigning in Arak, Palmyra. Yes. Let's send my spy master there to try to improve matters. Do have some fairly unhappy vassals, notably the Duke of Aleppo.
He won't convert, so
He's too young, yes. I think Ignatios is, yes, Catholic and 15 years old. Well, actually, I suppose I might thus. No, because I can't convert people now because I'm not part of a secret cult. The ability to fairly reliably convert children only works if your cult is secret.
that's very silly.
Well, let's send my Chancellor to go and talk to him anyway. No, where is he? He's in Homs then. In Hammer.
I assume your court chaplain is converting people.
He will be shortly. Now that he's like the right religion, because otherwise there's a terribly embarrassing outcome of this.
Yep.
Right, let's set my steward researching economy tech in the capital. Marshals. Ooh. Maybe the marshal should be training troops since I'm expecting war fairly soon. And the court chaplain can, well, pick a nearby county really. There's plenty of them to be getting on with. Right. Princess, my little sister, Princess Emily, is 13 and needs someone to teach her. Well, I'm an excellent person, I think. Let's just check. Yeah. I mean, it's not often that I get to play as an elusive shadow. And an elusive shadow with 20 diplomacy.
What are your stats? Because I can't quite read them. I know they're very good.
21, 19, 12, 19, 13.
Okay, so you are in fact a better diplomat than you are an elusive shadow.
Yes.
Well done.
That was why I gave him elusive shadow, was in order to get, because
yes.
I went, he's already going to be an excellent diplomat.
But I could really do with his backstabbing.
Let's actually give him some solid backstabbing as well. I mean, his weakest thing is his personal combat skill, which is only 37.
Even with all his stuff, all his mum's stuff.
Yes, despite Crusader armour and elegant Warhammer of the Cross. And elusive shadow is actually quite beneficial to your personal combat skill, it appears.
This is because you can feint at them and then they
Something like that, yes. It was the thing I was doing. Oh yes, sorting out educating my sister. The last couple of years before she goes off to marry the King of Swabia. Actually, no, she'll be here for, yes, before she grows up. It'll be a few years before she can actually go to Swabia. But Princess Golbahar, who was indiscreet, can still apparently marry the King of King Boleslav of Serbia. So I think we should send her off there in the hope that maybe she will convert him to Fraticelliism, though it probably won't work.
There'll probably be a few covert Fraticelli around the court as a result, so it's all for good.
We appear to be down one commander, but we appear to have Prince Velf of Arabia, who has martial skill 26. So yeah, let's appoint him as a commander. I'm also lacking most of my other minor titles, so let's see who we can find for them. Now going, all these people are the wrong religion. Let's see how many of them would like to convert. No. Mostly because you hate me, though. So I suppose someone with a minus 42 opinion is not actually going to be willing to convert easily. Probably want the least helpful Duchess. Ursula, Duchess of Al-Bahrain. Might be persuaded to convert with a bit of effort. Meanwhile, let's appoint her as Keeper of the Swans, which will also make her slightly more willing to convert, perversely. Not enough. How much money would it take? 20. Right, we'll send her the money then. Now will she convert? Yes, that's better.
Bribery and corruption or something.
He's a true believer and so will not ever convert, so let's make him our master of the hunt.
You taking up Fraticellifying and also making sure you have Jerusalem, etc. While being in the Catholic Kingdom will start to mean that you can try to recreate the situation of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem, which is, of course, fought over by more Christian sects than the mind can readily conceive. I think it's like at least 4. And you can't really do anything. It's amazing that the place hasn't actually fallen down yet. Including the ladder that can't be moved.
Right, so that's now filled up my order titles. Oh, it's feast time. We should have a feast because that will cheer up all my vassals. We're up to 94% plot power. 95% plot power. If I send my right, so I need more backers. But 95%, if I send my Spy Master somewhere to scheme, I can get an extra some percent plot power, as I recall. But on the other hand, my problem actually is that I don't have enough backers. If I can't demand installation until I have at least 3 backers, and ideally 5. Okay, if I send him a gift, it gives me an extra 50. It's not enough, though. I mean, this guy would give me 79% plot power on his own, if only I could get him to join. So currently, I mean, that might actually be worth getting my Chancellor on. Currently, his opinion of me is 39. And I reckon with about another 20, he would actually be willing to join us. He's currently scheming in Mosul. Oh yeah, how do I improve a mayor's opinion of me though? Can I do that with my chancellor?
It's a good question.
I think he must be. He's presumably spy master of Outremer, yes, and hence very powerful. If only we could work out a way to make him like us enough.
Go to court or go to wherever he is.
Yes. I don't have any children to send him.
Physic, fresh children. Well, you will do in a very little bit, hopefully. Hopefully we'll sprog any second.
Yes, but I can't immediately send them to him to
It's true, they have been
tutor. And like mostly he's got, yes, he likes my state diplomacy and my prestige and doesn't like the fact that I'm foreign and a heretic, neither of which I can really fix.
Foreign in what sense?
I'm Basque, hence the name Ordonio.
Right. What should you be?
Levantine,
Right.
for him to like me.
Okay.
Right, Duchess Ursula of Al-Bahrain has now converted and is thus much more in favour of me. I thought we'd organised this already. Yes, yes, please marry Golbahar. Right, there she is, Queen Golbahar of Serbia. Spend sensibly on food. It has occurred to me that my wife is feeling somewhat gloomy as of late. The burden of her unborn child is surely causing some humoral unbalance that is affecting her mood. Do I buy her something nice, or am I sure that she will be fine? I think we want to make... Yes, I think we want to increase her health at the expense of a small amount of gold.
I mean, you've still got, like, oodles of crusade cash, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, pony up, buy something, wife feel nice. Nice for you.
It says Araka has joined the wrong faction. Golbahar's gone off to Serbia. Yes, we appointed him as a commander. Right, a few people are refusing to come to my party. Right, so Duke Benaim of Palmyra can probably be discouraged from associating with a faction. Let us attempt to obligate him to not be a member of the faction. Right, that should weaken his faction enough not to be a problem. Meanwhile, we are having a feast. Right, I'm now... Oh! I have become friends with Mayor Kalinikos of Telasar. Well, that's not very helpful, but it'll do. Right, that's improved everyone's opinion of me, which should increase the number of troops I have available. The County of Mosul has converted to the Catholic faith. Stop it!
Just check that your Chancellor, thingy hasn't switched back.
No, he's perfectly sensible. It's just that, I don't know.
He's probably trying to convert it back.
Yes, well, we now have a faction with strength 132% of our liege. I'm still the only member, but...
Well,
And my candidate is still properly Fraticelli. His wife isn't, but... So I think... And neither is his... Oh, his son is, though. And is a genius. So I think we want to agitate to put Jimeno on the throne. Demand installation. Emperor Nuno II receives an ultimatum. Emily has developed a habit for wild parties. So one option is there is nothing I can do. 60% chance she'll gain the trait charitable, 40% chance she'll gain the trait lustful. Or curfews, which make her 60% chance of arbitrary or 40% chance of chaste. I think we'll let her have her parties. She has become charitable. Well, Count Liutbert of Bahrain has converted to Fraticelli, as has the Mayor of Irbid. So some places are being sorted out appropriately. Your shameful attempt at blackmail has not succeeded, no matter how many corrupted souls you have enticed to help carry out your plan. None at all. I'm doing it myself. I'm just a faction of one man. I will not give in without a fight. I'd rather die defending what is mine. Signed, Emperor Nuno II of Outremer. Then war it is.
presumably Emperor Nuno II about to not be emperor.
Ordonio the Twitchy has declared the Latin revolt war for Jimeno's claim on Outremer, on Emperor Nuno the ill ruler. Emperor Nuno, who has 96 money, so it's still positive for now, and 21,000 troops, versus Ordonio's 31,000 troops and 4,000 money. So this ought to go Ordonio's way if I don't make a complete pig's ear of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Don't forget you've got money.
I mean, possibly I could have got an alliance with Italia before doing this, but I think we're strong enough. Right, how should I organise this lot then?
Well, first, where's the capital and...
Right here in the middle of my territory.
I'll go and besiege it then. Basically, I'll probably put in about as many troops as you can fit.
Happily, it
I won't
has...
send everybody there because there's lots of other bits that you can get a start on besieging. First.
Try to consolidate people a bit. So it looks like something's going to happen down here. Well, if you want to send your 302 troops against my 311... And I'll have that army go in a different direction briefly. Actually, no, I won't. I'll have them stay there until your movement locked into that move into my 311. I mean, I appreciate that actually this is not an army of directly of the Emperor, so may not be very relevant, but still, it's all practice. Right. A daughter was born to Ordonio the Twitchy and Edhild of the Latin Revolt, named Oneka. Yeah, that'll do. She is now my heir.
Do you have the correct kind of inheritance or the wrong?
We have a moderate mess of inheritance, to be honest. I mean, the Latin Revolt is obviously a bit complicated anyway, but the awkward thing is we have Gavelkind in one kingdom and primogeniture in the other two, which last time seemed to mean that they all got inherited in the same direction. That battle's not going well for me, but I think as I add more troops, yes, that will be solved. Right. Don't think I'll actually get any war score from that battle, not least because it's tiny. Probably because my enemy is in the middle of a holy war. He's on the winning side of the holy war, but still. Yes, 0 war score because I think it was not really a war in this. A battle in this war. A new Count of Kerak. I can't demand religious conversion because I hold a permanent title and I'm at war. Let's make sure that we have a siege leader there, though it will be a little while before we can actually start besieging Mirabel, because Mirabel is scary.
Almost as if previous emperor had spent ages building this up
Yes.
and then cocked up their inheritance laws like some kind of state.
Excellent. We have had a massive recruitment drive in Mosul, which leads to us having 133 unraised troops from Mosul. Yeah, let's not worry about them. We'll pick them up later if we need them. Bunch of weird things have happened as a result of my becoming a revolt leader.
Often the way of reason, or possibly the confused state.
Lots of people revoking titles from vassals of the wrong religion, it looks like. We can now actually start besieging Mirabel very slowly. We are besieging Porin rather more, not Porin, Mafrak rather more quickly. That only has a fort level of 6.5.
Any sign of the enemy's troops, or if the enemy's busy going, I've got no money, then...
My guess is the enemy's troops are somewhere over in Sistan fighting off the infidel. So we appear to have 3 decent besieging armies in play, which is what I would expect. I have a surprising number of unraised vassal levies. Looks like all my vassal levies in here are so I don't quite understand that. That leaves me, 7,000 troops short of where I would expect to be. I mean, I don't think this is actually a problem because that still gives me more than the enemy. And I'm not in the middle of a holy war. There! At age 30, your wife, Edhild Perry, died after a period of illness. Well, that's sad.
Also great because she's just had a child,
Yes.
which, you know, is often known to be extremely not good for you.
Well, we better find another one then. Well, there's a 16-year-old courtier in Athlith who would be fine if she weren't zealous and Catholic. Other than that, we've got a Catholic but not zealous girl from Ashir, but she is only 11, so it'll be a little while. I mean, I've got an heir though. No, but I want someone now who can sort out my. Yeah, we'll take the zealous Catholic and try to fix her by some means. It's bad for my prestige, but that's fine. No killing the husband of the thingamy Duchess. Apparently I'm too... Oh, because I've got an Emperor level title now. I'm now... Thus, I can appoint 2 extra commanders because of my temporary Emperor level title. But I can't invite anyone to join my court, apparently. Oh well, so we can only appoint people we already have. Still better than nothing. Belasquita and Ordonio are getting married. We can collect a royal aid duty to pay for it, or we can get 300 prestige. But since I just lost 300 prestige by marrying her, it seems like the best plan. Lots of people are enthusiastically revoking titles under me, which is probably for the best. Right. Here is Belasquita of the Latin Revolt, who will not convert. I'm pretty sure of that for several reasons. One is that I currently hold a temporary title, and so apparently does she. Belasquita de Athlith, which is a very odd name. Duke Ignatius Aleppo has become an amateurish plotter. And I can't ask him to convert because I hold a temporary title. Right. Whoever that was who was plotting a thing has stopped plotting it. Yes, these do seem to be mostly religious revocations of titles that are going on. Oh, Bishop Louis of Ramormes refused the revocation of the bishopric of Ramormes, requested by Duchess Henrique of Fars. So the war relating to that apparently ended immediately, possibly because everything is a bit weird with us being in a revolt. So who can I imprison anyway? Duke of Palmyra, Otto Velf, and the Duke of Damascus. Yeah, that's all very nice, but I don't care. Zenobia Paphlagon seeks to kill Alarico de Praia. Does she now? Who is the heir to the Duchy of Ascalon? No, I don't think we want you doing that. We're trying to get him to inherit it because he's the correct religion. I think. Oh, is he your... Why... What's going on there then? Ah, right. He's the heir, but she's the current Duke's second wife, and the heir is not her son, but her stepson, which is why she's trying to kill him. Her son is the wrong religion. Do not plot to kill your stepson, however much it's traditional. Right, we have 6% war score by virtue of having besieged Mafraq. She will not attempt to kill her stepson. You're trying to kill Carlotta Adrelstos. On the general principles that I don't think people should be trying to kill Fraticelli. Please stop plotting. Spymaster of Khuzestan is trying to kill Bermudo Rodriguez. I don't think that's actually a problem. Eraman of Galilee is now known as the Wise. That's nice. I get to be the Twitchy.
Well, you did, ignore your mother. You've not done that. You might manage not to be Twitchy.
Right. Events are proceeding helpfully in Hit. Apparently the Empire of Italia has like a bunch of troops on our territory. I wonder what they're doing there. Apart from dying.
Oh, it's okay, I died, but that's fine, as I'm just lying for you, so, and I'm dead. Wow.
Right, we have taken Hit, which now means that we have this army spare. Which we can march over there to take another bit of another holding of the Emperor's. Peasants have revolted in Beersheb, but it's not like they can do very much because there are too few of them. Taken Jarash. That army is now spare. They can go to Jaffa. Peasants have revolted in Shiraz. My wife Belesgita tells me she's pregnant, but that can't be right, can it? Doubt besets me. I have thought it over. I cannot be the father of my wife Belesgita's baby. As it grows in her belly, I have trouble sleeping. I must put this matter to rest. So, do I hire someone to find out? Or do I trust her word? Let's try the hire someone to find out button. Probably not a good plan. Duke Gonçal of Baghdad has inherited the county of Tyrus. That's nice. Lebna Malainos seeks to kill Ogbay Teferi. Okay, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Duchess Ursula of Al-Bahrain seeks to fabricate a claim on the county of Kuwait. Okay, I generally leave that kind of thing alone. Right, the maid I hired to gain my wife Bellaskita's confidence has not found anything at all suspicious about her pregnancy. That's a relief. Right, we've taken Mirabel, which is the capital of the empire. Worth 7.68%. Curiously, he thinks the war's still a little indecisive. The pregnancy has made my wife Bellaskita much more talkative and cheerful than usual. She never misses the chance to chat to anyone within earshot. Unfortunately, most scholars agree that a pregnant woman should spend as much time as possible resting in a dark room to avoid giving birth to a sickly child. So we could let her have her fun for extra diplomacy and less stewardship, or we could... So either way she loses stewardship. We can either give her +1 diplomacy or plus 0.25 health. We've already lost one wife. It would be embarrassing to lose two. Oh dear, my excellent spy master's died. He has been murdered indeed. And since at the moment no one can join my court, that's rather limiting. I apparently could appoint my wife, but while she does have good backstabbing, I suppose it would improve her opinion of me. Go on then. For now. Let's have her build a spy network in Jerusalem for no very good reason. Ooh, our holding in Zabid is under siege. Oh, the Outremer, the Latin army has found me. Right. So they currently have 5,000 troops down there. So let's split off some of this lot. And send them down to the coast. Okay, apparently, oh, I don't actually own that bit of coast at the moment. What a nuisance, I'm going to have to walk. Or I suppose we go around that way, but that's going to be just as slow. Okay, okay, so let's have that army, have the armies meet up in Jerusalem. Pelayo di Spoleto lacks anyone to teach him, but is fairly uninteresting. Well, I don't have anything else to do, so I'll take him on for now. let's make sure this lot have an organiser. Otto is our best organiser. He is there, so we'll now send that lot all the way down the coast. Okay, now let's send them down the coast where the supply limits are sensible. No, down the coast. I would put them on a ship, but I don't actually own any of that territory yet. Oh, no, there are some troops much nearby. Right. Where are you guys going? You guys are heading north. Do I try to catch them? No, I think we let them move for now. Maybe intercept them with this army. So it is good tradition to have some gossips around a pregnant woman in order to keep her calm and distracted from the tribulations of this delicate time in her life. As Bellaskita's husband, it is my duty to provide them. I think we will continue doing that. That army there is currently at quite low morale, so it would probably be good to hit it before it recovers. Let's equip this army well. I might even lead it myself. And then try to intercept that one, which will break off that siege, but father-in-law, Baron Ehrman of Athlith, has died of severe stress. Barony has been inherited by his 12-year-old son. That army is still happily heading down the coast. He had another 11,000 up there. Yes, we want to make sure we get them later. This battle should go all right. We've neatly ended up in a defensive position. They've got some decent commanders, but we've got better ones. Oh, still have a long way to go. The Battle of Al Mafraq. Things are going well when suddenly I hear an embarrassed huff from nearby. Spinning my sword ready, I see the enemy commander, Count Kiros, awkwardly attempting to climb a dried up tree trunk. think he's trying to escape the battle, my lord, the soldier next to me muses. Think I have just about enough personal combat skill to risk this. Right, Count Kiros swings his axe clumsily. The fight has gone on forever and my muscles are beginning to ache. With the remainder of my strength, I throw my elegant Warhammer of the Cross into his stomach. The man falls, his guts spilling out on the ground. He does not rise again. I'm sorry it had to end this way. At age 29, your acquaintance Count Kiros of Dorilion, who was astonishingly rich, as I recall, was slain by Ordonio of the Latin Revolt, that's me, in a chaotic battlefield duel. So who's Count of Dorilion now? Yes, now it's Countess Nicoletta of Dorilion, who is currently imprisoned by the Duke of Aleppo and who has 14,000 gold. Tekla Paphlagon is also imprisoned by the same person. Right, so that army is doing all right. I'm kind of tempted to provide a bit of backup for that lot, for dealing with that lot. Let's move my army up to there so that they can reinforce on friendly territory. So that gets me a bit more prestige and personal combat skill, that duel. Right, so that army is now idle. I reckon that lot won't come and attack me. Oh, those are plains. Right, let's see if we can lure them into a battle in the mountains. So if we're going to do that, this lot want to be in mountains as well so that they don't get attacked. That's a fairly uninteresting inheritance. Oh, right, oh dear, you're heading for Antioch itself. I had not thought that you might be doing that, but I suppose that's reasonable. Can I get in there in advance? No. In that case, we will head back to Antioch. A son was born to Ordonio the Twitchy and Bellasquita, named Diego. Excellent, he's a genius. Ordonio the Twitchy fulfilled the ambition to have a son. Well, I think we'll... Since those have no success effects anyway, I don't think we really need an ambition. So Oneka is sadly not a genius. Diego is a genius. So I would slightly prefer Diego to inherit the kingdom kingdoms if he can. Oh, that lot doing. There's still a county away. Good. He's marching in there. We don't get a defensive advantage, sadly. So we need to get some excellent commanders in here. And me, because I give a great big morale boost. You need to make sure that lot arrives. Yes, unsurprising really, but that's fine. We do have some troops on the way to fix that. A new Duke of Fars, who is of the wrong religion, but we can't fix that right now. It's quite a big gift. It would stop him hating me. Go on. Countess of Doralion has been released and still has her money. Don't know why I might have been interested in an elective succession in Leon. Right, as is tradition, my wife Bellaskita underwent her churching after recovering and cleansing herself from the recent pregnancy. She felt much better when she returned, clearly relieved to have fully rejoined the church. Excellent. Okay, this battle is not going badly now. My troops are performing with excellence and my chest is swelling with pride as we keep pressing forward. I turn back to answer the call of a soldier nearby. When suddenly there is a sharp pain in my leg. Gritting my teeth, I hear an enemy sound shouting, "Stay down, you scheming fanatic!" So this is a fiddly one. One is I can duel the Emperor, and I've got much better personal combat skill than him. I'm slightly worried that I might kill him if I do that, and I'm not quite sure what the consequence will be. Because I think this war is like personal to him. Maybe it's not. It's just Jimeno's claim after all. Okay, let's duel the Emperor. Otto has shoved me aside and done well in the duel himself. And apparently Emperor Manrique has survived. Good. That's less confusing. My heart missed a beat when I saw Pelayo emerge from the dungeons covered in grime and with a bloody knife in his hand. Okay, we try to turn him kind or patient or brave. He's ended up patient, which is generally good in rulers, not that I'm sure he's going to become one. Joanna di Spoleto seeks to kill Count Anso of Einside. No, don't kill my nice...
There are definitely stars outside. We haven't seen those for a bit. Stars.
Oh, no, she refuses to accept my offer.
You're trying to get a surrender.
No, I'm trying to get someone to stop plotting to kill one of my counts. Okay, well, I won't worry about it then. Right, let's see how things are going. That lot, I think, can head over to Sinjar and deal with that army. That lot appear to be fleeing. We've got enough troops to safely chase them into the mountains, though. They will get a great big benefit from being in mountains, but everything around here is mountains. Oh, we should sort out some commanders down here, though, shouldn't we? Usual set. Okay. Yeah, they're trying to besiege Mirabelle back. We should go and deal with that in a bit. Yes, this is going to be a slightly dicey battle, but... Oh dear, poor Otto Welf has been killed. During the Battle of Thais, the enemy cornered by Commander Otto Welf, who resisted bravely until he, according to reports, tripped on his own scimitar. Well, we're going to need a new commander then. Hopefully this war will finish soon, though, and it will become easier to appoint commanders. But we've won the Battle of Zafar. He's still not going to surrender, though, so let's march that lot down into Zabid to take Zabid back. Meanwhile, put some excellent commanders in this army. Curiously enough, basically the same set. Well, not actually, because we can't have Otto anymore. Oh, and meanwhile down here, let's make sure that lot have a siege leader. Right. So probably this battle will get me enough war score anyway. Kunigunda di Spoleto is of legal age and a brilliant strategist. They've besieged Shiraz, the nuisances. Oh dear. My spy master tells me that information about my plot to fabricate a claim on the Empire of Outremer might have leaked to someone outside the conspiracy. Oh, it may. It's now got too little plot power to accomplish anything. Can my spy master never bring me good news? It has come to my attention that you are the leader of a plot to fabricate a claim on the Empire of Outremer. I find this most fascinating, and bet that others would find it too. I suspect that you wish to keep this a secret, but my silence comes with a price. Oh, I'll pay it. Okay, there are slightly too many people who found out about this. Maybe if I'd known there were four or five of them, maybe I should have moved those windows to see how many there were. We are marching through the deserts when one of my officers mutters, "Once I'm back in Mosul, I'm giving up this soldiering life and maybe I'll be a baker." I chuckled, considering my own more strategic aspirations. What about you, my lord? What will you focus on in future? Will I be an organiser, a direct leader, a holy warrior, or unyielding? Well, in general, I like organisers. I have got 2 organisers, but they're both fairly weak. Logistics and organisation, my good man. Right, Battle of Telassar gets me up to 100% war score. And thus Jimeno Gonzalez becomes emperor. The Latin war for Jimeno's claim on Outremer has ended. Ordonio of the Latin Revolt won. Emperor Jimeno of Outremer has usurped the title Empire of Outremer from Duke Manrique of Jibal, as he now is. And Duke Manrique has thus been imprisoned by Emperor Jimeno of Outremer. He is still Duke of Jibal, Duke of Taiz, Count of Dashistan, Count of Luristan, Count of Aden, Count of Acre. So the county of Jerusalem is held by Emperor Jimeno. Most of the other holdings that the emperor had are still with Duke Manrique. So now we can dismiss all of our armies. I think they are in friendly territory. Possibly we need to wait a bit for it to become officially friendly. Yes. Would I like to be the Chancellor for the new Emperor? Yes. No, first, can I want to be the Chancellor? The only consequence of that is that I like my liege. Right. I don't actually have any spare commander slots. On the other hand, Count Saxbold looks utterly useless. Since he's my direct vassal, though, I should probably try to fix his religion. No, oh, Stoats. It's close, but not quite close enough. Oh well. Revoking his title would be a bad idea. Well, we'll leave him for now. I could just stick him under the Duchy of Ascalon, actually. I mean, admittedly, Ascalon is currently my vassal as well. Refuses to convert and thus is staying in prison. Let's leave. Well, actually, presumably he thus also has a penalty for wants control of the Duchy of Durham, County of Durham. Yeah, let's rather bizarrely transfer that vassal. Because that way the vassal is not my problem anymore. So we should now be in a situation where we have slightly more moral authority, less than I was expecting. All right, we have partial control of the holy site of Jerusalem. But we also have a penalty for rulers led astray, apparently. So why do we only have partial control? Is that because some of the holders are still Catholic? Yes. Possibly the new emperor will start fixing this, though. Aha, Pelayo, my young kinsman, wants to know what it is all about. Why are we here on this earth? Let us make him properly Fraticelli. Princess Araka the Holy has become the new leader of the Prince Oinan for Outremer faction. Sadly, if you don't get me in your faction, you're not going to win. So we could try to implement elective succession in Outremer. Not sure about that. Searching vassals for the purposes... Oh, it's set to join court. Yes, right. Any. Now I can get the going. Right, who can I try to convert? No. Duke of Fars is willing to convert. Presumably imprisoning him will be treated as tyrannical, yes. And revoking his title similarly. Yes. Leader of the Baghdadian revolt, we can't ask to convert, probably because that's a temporary title. Duke of Tripoli is a true believer and hence won't. Apparently I can't ask... Oh, because she's not my direct vassal, of course, yes. Her liege is Ignatios, who is also the wrong religion. Let's not try to do that by that route because I think we've gone far enough. Can I get people's religions from the realm tree? Only indirectly. Why does he dislike me so much? Oh, he wants the Kingdom of Syria. That's nice. Oh, am I holding too many duchies? Right. Oh yes, I've still got Outre-Jourdain. I should find a suitable Duke of Outre-Jourdain. So who are the de jure vassals of Outre-Jourdain? Are any of them interesting? Indeed, the de facto vassals will do, won't they? So we have the Count of Negev, who is sensible in terms of religion, but arguably the wrong dynasty, though that's probably asking a bit much to find a Di Spoleto. It's the rather young Count of Madabar. I control Monreal. Right, so, oh right, sorry, Carac is the other one. He's the wrong religion. And is kind of reluctant to convert. But we can make him somebody else's problem by appointing this Count of Negev, who looks like a pretty decent type. Make him Duke of Outrejourdin. Right. That should then erase my too many held duchies penalty. Oh, did I not? I should probably should I give him the County of Monreal? I mean, I'm not overly endowed with counties at the moment. It seemed reasonable for me to keep it. Right, so it looks like losing my winning that war has caused my plot for a claim on the empire to evaporate. Indeed, it doesn't even appear to be available now. I don't have a claim on the empire, do I? No. Why can I not plot for one then? Maybe it's because he's the same religion as me. Oh, on which subject? I should now be able to engage in some holy wars, possibly. Yes. That might not be a wise move. But holy wars, because my liege is now the same religion as me, holy wars are now available. I would probably want to be a bit careful. I think you can't declare holy wars in... You can't declare holy wars within your territory, within your realm, which is kind of reasonable. Also, I don't want to declare war on Countess Nicoletta because she is terrifyingly rich. What I want is to work out a way to get her money. Was one of my vassals that was terribly rich, wasn't there? And the Duke of Aleppo is pretty rich. %2 chance of success based on our state intrigue. You really should be better than that. Anyway, don't I have a terrible person? Yes, I have a terrible spy master at the moment because my wife was the best I could find. But now we can actually invite someone good. Oops, no, I didn't mean that. Pointed a random bishop because I pressed the wrong button. Oh well. Yes, I do still have the weird problem that all my bishops are Catholic. And I have tried in a different timeline appointing a different bishop, and yeah, it didn't help. Or I don't know, asking them to convert, and it didn't help because all we ended up with was the bishop being the bishop immediately getting usurped. I do think it might actually be worth having my court chaplain proselytising in my capital to try to fix that. Do we want more Crown authority? So we're currently at minimum Crown authority. That's not helpful. What I want to know is what the consequences are. I can't find out. Oh, I can find out here. Right, that's correct. Right, so that would enforce a minimum levy, reduce everyone's opinion of me, and and allow the revocation of titles, albeit only under limited circumstances. Yes, we'll approve that. Right, we have Pierre Raymond de Toulouse has turned up to be my spy master. Let us appoint him and suggest that maybe being Fraticelli would be helpful. Oh, I appear to have had from a while pleasures in the afterlife celibacy, which was getting me monthly piety at the expense of fertility. Not that seems to have been a problem. The first few days felt manageable, but then I started noticing the other sex and felt envious of those who could indulge in sinful activities. So I can declare that it's that's too hard, and get more fertility and less temple vassal opinion, or stay strong and get even less fertility. Yeah, we'll take the fertility boost. Prince Manrique has been released from the Emperor's dungeon and is now converted to Fraticelli himself. Excellent. So yes, we really need him to... oops, wrong button. Is it just the bishopric of Jerusalem that we need to fix? Yes, it's when I click on that we get the ludicrous list of who considers this place a holy site, which is everyone. Really, we need to fix the Bishop of Jerusalem. Like, I can't fix the Bishop of Jerusalem. It has to be the Emperor who does that. I do have a de jure claim on Jerusalem, so in theory I could forcibly take it off him. It feels a bit silly. Yes, I'll be your commander. I mean, that might be fatal, but... Good for my prestige. So now if we look at the religion map, it's kind of flipped over, and now that area is all shaded in with Fraticelli beige, and a few counties are actually properly Fraticelli beige, but not very many. Of course, it's very slow converting this, despite having a really pretty solid court chaplain. It's going to take a long time to get the population converted. Which is a pity. Who can we imprison? Basically the usual people plus Duchess Ursula. Everyone we can imprison is of the correct religion though, so we may as well leave them out there. Right, well, I mean, this is all kind of reasonably well organised now. Nothing much is going on. I'm not about to start a holy war at this time of night. What? The papacy now has some territory in Africa. I'm not going to declare war on the Pope like that. I presumably can't declare a holy war on the Byzantine Empire, because they're not the right kind of, no. Don't have very many good claims against the Byzantine Empire at all. I'm just wondering how we edge into Europe to get to sort out converting Europe, or at least to have. Oh, that's not. Oh, that is part of my territory. Well, that would suggest that, like, I could at least. Okay, the Empire of Bulgaria might be a bit scary. No, not very. Surely thus... Oh, is he... He's Orthodox, so I don't have a casus belli against an Orthodox. Curses. Even though I have a lump of territory up there. Because everyone involved is Orthodox. They're not strictly religious enemies of mine. Sistan a Catholic, but like I don't want to head east. I want to head northwest. Presumably Egypt are like actually big and scary. Oh, less big and scary than I'd thought. I mean, I'm fairly feeble at the moment, partly because my vassals are all a bit ill-disposed towards me. Yes, I cannot revoke that at all. Like, I can demand that people convert. Okay, I can't in this case. But it didn't seem to help last time I tested it. Right, my Spy Master is now of the correct religion. So he's not currently doing anything. And while there are many plots I can have, none of them is very helpful. So I would say what I want is to send him probably researching tech in Jerusalem. Feels a bit weird, but right, there we go. So I'm not sure there's much more to do now, like without starting a great big holy war against England or something. Which I apparently can't do. Oh, I suppose I'm not that close to that, am I? No. Oh well. So yes, I think we will wind up for tonight and consider what to do next. So until then, I'm just looking around at what I can do. So until then, good night.